I'm Colin, and this is the Corvette C7 Grand Sport. The C7 Corvette Grand Sport. It was made to be the model in between the Stingray and the Z06. The concept was Stingray engine with the rest of the goodies you get with the Z06. But how did it turn out, and how well does it really work? Well, it's time to buckle up and subscribe because we are just about to find out. So here we are inside of the C7 Corvette Grand Sport, and so far, I'm very much liking it. I mean, it's hard to not like a Corvette, right? But like I said, this is basically a Z06 with a Stingray motor. Now this car sounds very good because of its Corsa exhaust, aftermarket obviously, and like I said, it sounds absolutely phenomenal. Now the handling characteristics of this car, from what I can tell, are very, very good. It turns in extremely nicely. You don't get a lot of road feedback through the steering wheel compared to other cars that I've driven, but the steering itself is very good. The overall handling is like extremely impressive. It goes exactly where you want it to go. And because this car is smaller, you very much have an idea of where the front end and the rear end are always at all times. That 6.2 liter V8, it's so nice. It's a very, obviously it's a very trademark, like American thing. It's very grunty, a lot of down low grunt. And speaking of grunt, these brakes also have a lot of grunt because they grab very predictably. It's not very jerky or anything like that, but they're not like road car brakes that you stab the brakes and they stop you. And even on these all-season tires, it just gets a lot of grip. There's no sign of any like understeer or oversteer. I mean, it's at slower speeds, it's hard to get any sign of that whatsoever, but you can tell that the tires and the suspension just want to work together and grab. So there are 5 different modes that you can select in this car. So you got touring mode, which we are in right now, and then sport, sport plus, race, as well as an economy mode and a wet conditions mode. So there is a mode for whatever condition that you are driving in, except for snow, which I don't think there's anybody who wants to drive these in the snow anyway, except for a crazy few, which, if you are one of those few, hats off to you, because that's awesome. The Z07 package is an option you could get with the Grand Sport and the Z06 for upgrades that pertain to the racetrack. I must add that this car does not have the Z07 package, but it is an important thing to note. What it adds is as follows: wider rear tires for more grip, more powerful brakes for more stopping power, revised suspension tuning and stiffer springs, as well as a more aggressive front splitter and rear spoiler. All of those upgrades make for better and more consistent times out on the track. So now here we are in front of the C7 Corvette Grand Sport, and well, it really is just a Z06 with a Stingray motor. So it has a 6.2 liter pushrod naturally aspirated V8 that makes 460 horsepower and over 470 pound-feet of torque. However, it has all the Z06 upgrades, which cosmetically it does look like a Z06 because it has all of the wide fender arches and the wide body and stuff of that sort. There are a couple extra random little fins and things here and there that are Grand Sport specific, but overall it's basically a Z06. Now the overall design of this car looks absolutely phenomenal. I've always liked the C7 design, this long hood, short deck, low, slung to the ground, Batman kind of looking car. It just looks so cool. So here we are in front of the C7 Corvette Grand Sport, and well, it still looks really cool. We have the trademark C7 Corvette headlights, we have the carbon fiber hood insert, as well as the hood vent in front of that, and then, well, lower below the headlights, you got the big front grille. And now behind the C7 Grand Sport, One of the first things you notice is, well, it's wider because of the Z06 wide body, but also the big rear spoiler on the back that looks just great. You have all the extra vents that the Z06 has. This does not have the clear tail lamps that the Z06s have. The Grand Sports came with the red ones. And then you have the quad tip center exit exhaust pipes, which honestly is probably my favorite part about this rear end design. So here we are inside the car, and I must say, I do really like this interior. The seats are actually quite nice. They fit me perfectly as a slim male that is about 6'2". The nice thing is that this steering wheel will actually come to the distance that I want it from me. In most cars, I have to have the seat way further back because I have long legs, and most steering wheels don't come up to the position that I want it in. So this is very nice that it does. Now, if you were taller than me, I can actually kind of see how you might have some issues sitting inside this car, and I really like this kind of cockpit style of interior. It's a very cool feeling. You feel like a fighter pilot, honestly. Yeah, it's just overall really cool. And overall, it's a good interior. Everything feels solid, it's good quality, and it's very well thought out as well. The Grand Sport logo stitched out into the center console unit is pretty cool. And now for the conclusion. The C7 Grand Sport is a great sports car. It does everything right, it handles well, has a ton of power, and is quite comfortable. In short, the entire package works great. Thank you for watching.